So a couple things were brought to my attention last night that I never really thought about, and I knew the way that I was acting was probably not the right way to be acting or reacting. And what it basically is, and my wife likes to remind me that I knew who she was when I married her. And I can't now expect her, because she is a predominantly stay-at-home mom, I cannot expect her all of a sudden to become Martha Stewart. And I sometimes don't give her enough credit, and I don't cut her enough slack, based on that. And I felt really bad about it, because I thought about like what happens at work. And when you work in a 24-hour factory situation, when everything's always moving, at some point the people before you have to go home, and it's not always the perfect scenario that you come into. Excuse me. But I used to get upset about it, but then I got to the point where it's like, when I leave at 3:30 in the afternoon until 7 o'clock the next morning, that's almost 16 hours that I'm not there, and I have no idea what's going on while I'm not there. And so therefore, I never thought it was fair for me to criticize or critique or complain or moan and groan about what people that were there in the 16 hours I wasn't, complain about what they did or didn't do, because I have no idea what was going on in those 16 hours, just like they had no idea what was going on in the 8 hours that I'm there. But I was so willing, and it became so easy to extend that grace to people that I work with. People, I don't want to go out and say I don't care about these people, but I care about them in the sense that they're human beings, and I don't want harm to come to them. But in relation to at least this story, the amount that they matter on my scale pales in comparison to the amount that my wife matters. And I was so willing to extend grace to them in regards to what I felt they did or didn't do, but I wasn't willing to extend that same grace to my wife when I came home. Those were 8 hours, 9 hours that I have no idea what kind of day she had. With a 18-month-old and an almost 4-year-old, I have no idea. Some days they can be calm and cool and easy, and other days they could just be like two tornadoes, two Yosemite Sams that just blow through the house and just destroy everything in their path. And I knew that, but I never extended that understanding to her. And I would come home and I would see clutter and I would see mess, and sometimes I would come right out and say stuff, but the majority of the time it would be very passive aggressive. I would stomp around the house and just sigh really loud and huff and puff and put stuff away, pick up toys and put them back in the toy box a lot louder than they needed to be put back in the toy box, put stuff in the sink and a lot louder, just to make a big production, like just to let her know that I'm not happy that I had to do this, that she should have done it, is basically what I was trying to get across. And it's by doing that, I was diminishing what she did do during the day. And so I need to think about more in terms of what is getting done and what she is accomplishing during the day, above and beyond obviously caring for my two children, which is of the utmost, but instead of coming home and being upset that the dishes there's dishes still in the sink, I need to be happy and gracious and appreciative of the fact that the dishes that were clean in the dishwasher have been put away. So yeah, I have to load the dishwasher, but at least I don't have to unload it. And maybe the laundry's not put away, but it's all clean and ready to be put away. And, you know, just things like that. And the whole toys on the floor, there's 2 kids, you know, and for the most part, I've given up on the idea of having a clutter-free house. Anybody that has, you know, 1 toddler can probably attest to that, let alone 2. But I really, you know, I really felt bad about the way I had acted, you know, on multiple occasions, because I even on the drive home, I would tell myself before I even pulled in the driveway, before I even hit that button to open the garage, I'd be like, don't act that way, don't do it. And without fail, I would walk inside and huff and puff and all that stuff. And if I feel bad for doing it, I can only imagine how bad she felt when I did it, you know, because, you know, I was always quick to, you know, it's basically, she feels like, I would imagine she would feel like she's being judged, or she's being, you know, that I don't appreciate what she does do, and you know, that no matter what she does, I'm always going to find the things that she doesn't do, or, you know, or things like that. And the fact is, you know, my wife is amazing, and she is not Martha Stewart, which is great, you know, but she has come so far to try to compromise and meet me halfway, and up until this point, I haven't done that, you know, and when I really sat and thought about it last night, you know, I realized that she met me halfway. I got to be willing to meet her halfway. And then I think if I do that, then I think things just, from there, I'll be a lot happier when I come home. She'll be a lot happier when I come home. And things will just go on, and, you know, we'll enjoy our time together. Because when you're gone all day and she has to deal with those 2 kids, when I come home, she wants that adult interaction, and, you know, we need to get that off to a good start. And when I come home and act that way, it really puts us kind of behind even further than we were. And, you know, then we got to play catch up the rest of the night. And when you're dealing with 2 toddlers along the way, sometimes you never actually get caught up, and it does cause, you know, maybe a separation, maybe a distance that we don't have time to bridge in the short amount of time that we have once the kids are calm or in bed. And it's something that I've felt bad about, and it's definitely something that I've recognized in myself that I need to stop. And God willing, it's something that I won't act that way anymore. I'm prayerful that he gives me the ability to just stop that action, that mindset that makes me act that way, and just, you know, be gracious and be appreciative of all the things that my wife does all day long, every day, just like I know she's appreciative of all the things I do, that I get up for work every single day, and I go to work and I work hard, and I do my best to make sure the house is taken care of, and things like that, and the bills are paid, and, you know, and I need to extend, at a minimum, I need to extend the same grace to her that she extends to me every single day.